Right, hello, it's your boy Crit, and welcome to my Las Vegas Open 2025 vlog. We'll see what happens if I get more people on here, but please remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. So if you aren't aware, I'm currently at Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Open. So I've just finished day one, so it's 9 rounds with 3 rounds per day. So I've done 3 rounds today. I've got 3 tomorrow and then 3 on Sunday. So I'll quickly go through my games. But I've seen a lot of people and LVO has been really, really fun. I'm currently running my Legionary at the moment because I have brought Nemesis Claw and also Hand of the Archon, but we never got a balanced data slate. So even though I've been doing some practice games with Hand of the Archon, they currently can't beat Warp Governor Hierodeck Circle. So I didn't really want to run them. And I've been playing Legionary for nearly 4 months, over 4 months, 4 months. So I thought, just rock them out. You know, there has been some changes with the Dakotas released a slight FAQ just for the Las Vegas Open. So psychic actions, you can't basically can only do once per turning point, and you mainly can't counteract guard. You also can't be in cover and obscured if you're within 2 inches of where the cover line crosses. Because currently you can be in cover and then obscured by the same piece of terrain. Now you have to be a bit further away. So those have made some slight changes, and then not being able to counteract, well, guard, then counteract to go on guard again. Obviously, it's a bit limiting, but I've been running my Alpha Legionary, so even painted up a new miniature for that. So yeah, for round 1, I was into originally Rattlings, and then it got switched into Tempestus Aquilans. Because I'm in Group B, well, Pod B, day 1 is just Gallow Dart for me, then tomorrow I'm doing Vocus, and then Sunday will be mixed. So my first one was Loot on Gallow Dark. I managed to stage up turning point 1, then I won initiative turning point 2, even though technically my opponent would have won if he broke ties, and then effectively I catapulted myself, what do you call it? Anointed, into 2 people, killed them both, suddenly went up 2 operatives in terms of activation advantage, and then just kept killing stuff. So looting and killing, so I managed to get like max on the crit up, staging up just right, so I could like, obviously the Anointed had to take a motor gun to the face, but just survived. And then managed to stage up successfully. So by turning point 3, going into turning point 3, I'd killed 6 Aquilans and had only lost my Anointed. Some operatives were wounded, and then obviously winning initiative turning point 3 just allowed me to push through and secure. By the end of turning point 4, I had killed 8 Aquilans and had maxed my attack up overrun. So I managed to get 20 on that game to 12, which was a great year because I just didn't max the kill up. So really fun game there. And then in round 2, we were playing Secure, and I was into Wormblade. So I was quite nervous about this because Wormblade was quite tough. And then my opponent didn't take the Kelemorph, he took the melee Sanctus. And then I was like, oh, I can push up. So turning point 1, I managed to, with my reposition scouting option, then Anointed opened the door, moved onto the midpoint. Shrive Talon moved onto the midpoint and then did Grizzly Mark, and then I moved up into the right-hand room with my Warrior and Leader going into the main room, and then my Balefire went on guard, and then my Icon Bearer went just open the door. Then I won initiative and cannoned my Anointed into his Locust and Warrior. Fought the Locust, he redirected onto a dude, which I killed. Then I fought the Locust, killed him, went down to 4 wounds, and then gave -1 APL to the thingy. I went down to 6 wounds and I gave -1 APL to the warrior I was in combat with, so he couldn't fall back, and then effectively pushed through. And because they can't drop within 6 of you, they're that override, so it pushes them back. So I kept moving up and pushing them back. He had a razor wire on the right-hand side, but because I was Slanesh, it was 1 inch to clear the door, 3 inches to clear the razor wire, so the 5-inch charge, charged and killed his Sanctus, and then left his like warrior gunner wounded. So I'd already, by my 3rd activation, I'd killed both co-agents and I had done like tons of damage. He won initiative turning point 3. But I managed to, like, once again, tank a lot of stuff and then push up. And then turning point 4, he had 3 guys left, won initiative, rolled up through a crack into my, what do you call it, Shrive Talon, and did no damage because he only hit on 4s, even with Ceaseless. And then I managed on that game to also get 20 points because once I secured the midpoint, because secure is very beneficial for me, I just ran off because once I killed the coat agents, he had no ways to actually boop that point because it would, while the Grizzly mark is on the objective, he's +1 to do mission actions and -1 to control. So I got very lucky with the mission there. Then in round 3, I just played Blaine and his novitiates. So super close game. This time we're playing transmission. Turning point 2, I actually got super lucky. So he gave me initiative, and then I charged into his leader on the point, and he had the no reroll aura up. So I was like, I think I need like something crazy, like max hits. So I charged in, rolled a 4, 5, 5, 5, and 6. So all of those, it turned into 5 crits. He rolled 3 crits himself, well, 2 crits and a hit. No, 3 crits. And then basically my anointed killed his leader and went down to 4 wounds. So that gave me an anchor point to just push through. And it was super close. It was like back and forth. I managed to go ahead on the crit op turning point 2. So I managed to get 2 turning point 2, 2 turning point 3, and then 1 turning point 4. And I stopped him scoring on turning point 3. But it was just back and forth with trades and really key on positioning, we both made stuff where we were like just an inch out, so couldn't do it. It was like really, really close and actually came down to initiative turning point 4. If I had just my 7 wound chosen and then my unwounded warrior on the right hand side, and he had to just comms, sniper, and Pegasus. So if he had won initiative, he would have likely killed my leader and won the game. But I won initiative, charged into his sniper and comms, killed the sniper, killed the comms, and then I killed his icon on the right-hand side and managed to win that one 18-14. But it was super close and really, really fun. And it could have gone either way. Like literally that came down to initiative. So currently I'm 3-0. I'm technically the top of my pod. Tomorrow I've got 3 games of Vocus. So this is Dakota Vocus, so there's no second floor vantage, and they've been slightly changed in terms of stronghold orientation. Oddly, no Warp Coven are undefeated at the moment, but we have 3 Legionary, including myself, 1 Void Dancer troop, and then 1 Inquisition and some other teams. So it's going to be very interesting, and Novitiates as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. So currently I'm going to go to the Bacchanal Buffet 2 years in a row, because I need good food. And the Rio is passable, unless you want to wait like ages. Currently repping Kel Team, so Kel Team's doing very well at the moment, so we'll see. And then I'll give an update tomorrow based on how we're doing, and then we'll see, because there should be 1 person undefeated from each pod at the end of day 2, and then day 3, everyone can afford 1 loss. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. A lot of tight games, and obviously it's been streamed live on Squad Games. And Dakota and his team have been amazing. So many people have come up and say hi, which is really, really cool. I love coming to America. It's so much fun. And I'm just having fun rocking out with my Legionary. Might be the last time. We'll see. But I'll keep you all posted, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, so it's day 2, or the end of day 2. It's very late at night. I've been doing stuff. So round 4, I was into Koa and his Void Dancer troops. So we're playing, what were we playing? Coordinates. So I staged up mostly correctly, and I moved up most of the midpoint with my anointed on the midpoint, and then I counteracted up with smokes to get onto the right-hand flank. 1 initiative, took it, and then my warrior switched to Zinch, repositioned and dashed, coordinated his point, and then shot his leader. And I was like, cool, I've got severe punishing, rending up. I roll 1, 1, 1, 2, like 3 1s and a 2. Spend my other CP to turn that into a hit, 2 crits, and then knock the leader down to 1 wound. Then the Melter moves and shoots my anointed, and I'm like, I should survive this. And then he rolls 2 crits and 2 hits, which just kills me, because I make 2 saves, but because of the 2 crits I die. And then by the end of turning point 2, just to like really strong dice, I have only 3 models left. No, 2 models left. Then I win initiative turning point 3 and manage to like no, I still lose initiative, but I managed to swing it back with a few kills, and then I effectively have to win initiative turning point 4 to win the game. And unfortunately I did not win initiative. The Death Jester then chopped down, killed my icon, and then free dashed and plant beacon. while my leader survived. So I actually managed to just lose by 4, 18-14. It's a really good game. Like Koa played, like positioned really well. It was just unfortunate because my dice was just like horrible. But it happens, you know. It happens now and again. Yeah, eventually in like a 9-round tournament. Then into round 5, I was playing Power Surge into Void Dancers, not Void Dancers, Star Striders. And once again, pushed up a bit too much into the mid, but I was like, everyone's Nurgle, should be okay. And then lost initiative, which was like, fine. The Void Master repositioned and dashed into my leader on the right-hand side onto the objective, and I was like, this should be okay. He rolls 2 crits, 2 hits, and I'm like, that's fine. And I make 1 save. And then I made no saves. So I had to spend 2 CP to make 2 saves, go down to 4. And then I was like, okay, this should be fine. And then the hotshot last shot, and got 2 crits and a hit. And I managed to save to go down to 1 wound. So then I also got lanced, charged, killed his tech guy, and made his leader 2 APL. And then my Psyker charged the Void Man on the roof, killed him, and then shot the Void Master and healed my leader back up to 11 wounds. I was like, this is fine. The Rotor Cannon dashed, didn't do anything. That's fine. The assassin charged one of my warriors, knocked him down to 4 wounds, but then died in return, which I thought was okay. And then I did make a mistake moving the Anointed into the left-hand side building, but I needed to cause threats, and I was like, I'm ignoring piercing, so I should be okay. And then Elusive Vein shoots me, and I'm like, okay, 2 crits, 2 hits. I make 1 save, and I'm like, no, he gets a hit and 2 crits, and I'm just like, okay, make 1 save, go down to 4 wounds, get charged by the dog and die, and I'm just like, okay. And then a warrior moves up, throws a crack grenade at my undivided sorcerer. I was like, this should be fine. Gets hit and a crit, then rerolls the other 2 dice into 2 crits. I make 1 save, and then my sorcerer just dies. And then I really needed to win initiative turning point 4. Because if I won initiative turning point 4, I'd win. And then I roll a 1 for initiative, and I was like, oh. He rolls a 1, and I go, that's fine. And then I didn't realize he had 1 asset left, so he used it to reroll the initiative roll to 5. And then I was like, okay. And then he repositioned and repositioned to the middle point, booped the point, and then fired a lance into my leader. I was like, I should survive this. And then he rolls 2 crits and a hit. I make 2 saves, but I need like a crit, so I spend a CP to roll one of my saves. Doesn't do anything, and then the second one rerolls into a 1, so my leader just dies. I charge into the point, manage to kill both warriors, like the dog and the warrior, but I go from 15 wounds down to 5. And then I was like, okay, so we're tied on the kill op, so I need my guy to survive. And then Vane rolls a crit and 3 hits. So I retain 1, and I need to make a crit save. And I roll, finally, 2 saves and a crit. So I managed to live on 1 and tie out the game. And it was just very frustrating. A frustrating game where I positioned correctly for pretty much everywhere, and like literally only made a successful save at the end of the game where it just didn't matter. So it's like, you know, it's tough when you get diced, but you can go, that's fine. But when you get diced hard 2 games in a row, it's really like rough. So and then in my final game I was into Blades of Cain on loot. So what I did, I took take ground, and I played super aggressive turning point 1. Turning point 2, like everyone was in position. He gave me initiative, and then my chosen charged in and killed his Scorpion Exarch, and I managed to kill 3 more operatives, turning point 2. Then he won initiative, managed to kill some, like my leader died, turning point 2, and then I just managed to like stun him out using like -1 APL with Slanesh, because everyone was Slanesh. pushing up, getting lots of kills, but also controlling the crit up, because I put a Grizzlied Mark on my own objective, controlled the center, and kept like occasionally looting his left objective. Because I managed to win initiative and just edge it out, I managed to beat Jason 2012, something like that. Just because even though he maxed his tack up, I was ahead by 1 on the kill up, and I managed to max the crit up. Yeah, so I got 20. So Blades of Cain, I was like, okay, it was a super close and fun game. Like, we were both making crazy rolls. So I was like, finally, a traditional kill team game. Because the scores don't really represent it, because by the end I only had 2 guys. My Icon on wounded and my Strive Talon on 2 wounds. And he just had a Dire Avenger left and 1 Banshee. So it was like super deadly, because if he had won initiative, he probably could have like won it out and like messed me up. But really, really fun. So currently, we've joined the pods. I finished 8th, 7th in B pod, but we've merged them, so I'm now currently top 16. I think the highest I can place is 5th if I go undefeated. So there's still a chance, but it's like very unlikely. I will win ITC now or place where I wanted, but it's fine. You know, I was chilling out with Plasma Spam and Orion, chatting to a lot of people, really helped mellow me out, you know. I guess I was focusing too much on, like, unintentionally trying to win. Because I actually never try to go to events to win anymore, because I learnt back when I started Underworlds. It can get very toxic, and it's like, it makes the losses hurt harder than they should, and you end up beating yourself up more. So I've just spent the night, like, not drinking, just eating, chilling. I got cake, the cake machine, 3 years in a row, amazing. Like, I know the cake is horrible here, but the cake machine, it plays a tune, an Italian tune that delivers you delicious cake. It's amazing. So yeah, I've got 3 games tomorrow. Gonna suit up, chill out. I made the painting showcase for both Games Workshop and Dakota, which was really cool. So I guess you might see my kill team on Warhammer Community. So I'll be interested to see the points, because they were like, oh, I got a minimum score of 70, I think like 85. So I was really pleased, considering I didn't really change the team, and at Worlds it got 30, and now at LVO they've decided to give me at least 70. So I was like, cool. But it's just really nice, like seeing so many people. It's just really nice hanging out, and like, you know, all the Kel team lot. There's so many cool people, like, you know, Bats, everyone. Like, it's just so nice meeting everyone. So I'm going to take tomorrow really chill, suit up, we'll go to the LVO awards ceremony. The only issue is just like, they're not doing trophies for Kill Team, in terms of like, those do like the big trophies, but they do Best in Faction for Age of Sigmar and 40k, but they won't do it for Kill Team. So just kind of like, come on guys, we're almost neck and neck with Age of Sigmar for players. You need to represent the Kill Team guys and gals. But yeah, so we'll see how tomorrow is. I'm going to go try and get some sleep, and I'll catch you all either Sunday night or Monday, whatever. So see you in a bit.
All right, so it's Monday morning of LVO. I just woke up. It's like 6 a.m. But it's like 2 p.m. UK time. So I didn't sleep in my shirt, by the way. I'm not like, I need to branding in my sleep. No, so round 7, I was into Legionary on Gallodark. We were playing coordinates. Usually I'm quite good at coordinates, but I was like, we both zoned away from our own points, and I went with Champion, because from what I learnt when playing the Spanish, Champion actually really swings the Legionary matchup, and he had taken Secure Access Point. So Turning Point 2, he actually lost his Chosen and Anointed, so I was actually ahead on the kill up by that, and I had only lost no one. And then going into Turning Point 2, but then I had not scored Champion, because I'd made Champion my melter, and no one was in range of my melter, because I was aiming to open the door and like accidentally kill stuff, but I mispositioned. Then for the Turning Point 3, I was hoping to win initiative, lost it, and instead of making my melter gun the champion, I made it my icon. But I probably should have done it onto someone else, because he then repositioned and dashed and shot my icon twice and brought it down to 2 wounds. But then I opened the door, moved up, killed his melter, mispositioned, just leaving him on the door. where his leg was visible, and then his heavy bolter moved and killed him. But then, like, he had 1 point on my point, I had 1 point on his, and he had 1 point on the mid. Then I finally, I managed to end the turning point 3 to move dash my leader onto the point and boop it. Then I won initiative turning point 3, and my leader was on the point. Went to 4 APL, was the champion. First I booped the point, then I shot his heavy bolter, who had the 2-up save, and only got 2 crits and a hit, and only pushed through 5 damage. So realistically, I was like, if I get another bad roll, I don't get any points on champion, and I don't do anything. So then what I did was charged, just killed him and managed to get 2 points, and then he moved on to the middle point and booped it, and then I managed to kill his icon, and then he secured the other access point. So annoyingly, if I'd picked security, I actually done the sensible thing. I picked the crit op as the primary. I would have won, but then it turned into a draw, which unfortunately effectively put me out of the running. But it was a fun game. Then in round 8, I was into Phobos, and we were playing Transmission. So this was an interesting game. My opponent had his leader and sniper on the middle vantage, and then he had a Reaver on either flank with his comms and Voxbreaker. He won initiative turning point 2 and gave it to me. So then where I had positioned, technically he had a Reaver in the corner of the right hand building, but there was a door there because that building has 2 doors on Dakota maps. And I was technically an inch out, so I switched to Slanesh, repositioned and dash, and got 5 hits. I got 4 hits, spent a CP into 5 and killed his Reaver, which immediately changed things. Then my, he moved his comms up, shot me, then went back to conceal on the vantage. Then I used my warrior, went to 4 APL as Zinch, and then repositioned and dashed and shot his comms down to 5 wounds, which he then pulled back. I lost my comms, I lost my warrior, then my anointed ran onto the point, got shot down to 5 wounds. He got shot down to 2, and then, because the Reaver had tried to kill him, my leader charged into the point and passed. So at the end of turning point 2, I had 2 on transmission, because I'd popped the middle point, my right-hand point, and I was controlling both strongholds. And then I won initiative, I won initiative that turn. He won initiative, sorry, and basically on the right-hand side shot my Legionnaire, and then ran away, killing him. So then I activated my anointed. I was like, okay, your leader's there, and you've got a 5 wound comms Voxbreaker at the back. I don't have any rerolls, and I haven't paid for Implacable. So I'll just fire my tainted rounds, bolt pistol at your leader, and roll 2 crits and a hit, 2 crits and 2 hits, which went into 3 crits and a hit, and knocked him down to 5 wounds. And then I was like, well, my 2 wound anointed is going to charge your leader. I have no rerolls because of your Voxbreaker, but if I roll a crit, you die. And I rolled a crit, so my 2 wound anointed managed to solo the leader, which was crazy. He then tried to fall back with his Reaver, but I rolled a 3 up on my chosen, so he couldn't. He fought me twice. The first time knocked me down to 8 wounds, and I healed back up to 13. And then he struck me again down to 6, and then I healed back up to 9. I healed back up to 11, sorry. Then basically moved around, repositioned, and then my leader went to 3 APL because he got stunned, so I spent a CP to go back to 3 APL. Killed the Reaver, went up to 4 wounds, charged his Voxbreaker, killed him, and went back up to 4 wounds. So it was just like he kept going up and down. Then he won initiative, turning point 4, killed my leader, and then my melter gun killed his track target guy. So I managed to win that one 20 to 8. That was a fun game. Then my final game was against Loomis and his Void Dancer troop on Gallow Dark. So this time we were playing, what were we playing? Secure. So quite well on Secure. And Loomis warned me about his dice, because I was like, yeah, you know what, I had a quite bad dice day on, Saturday. So I was like, totally get where you're coming from. And we were just playing up, and then turning point 2, he charges into my anointed. I have, he shot him down to 10 wounds. So I was like, he shot him down to 8 wounds, and then was like, okay, if I charge you with Murderous Entrance, I should kill you. But I had like all my ploys up. So he charged me and rolled nothing but 3s, because of Quicksilver speed, that means he hits on 4s, and then he rerolled into a 2. So my anointed was just like, well, you die, and then charge killed his melter and shot another one down, and then it was quite weird because his dice really were horrible, and by the end of turning point 2, he only had his leader and Shadowseer left. So turning point 3, I won initiative, charged and killed his Shadowseer, went on guard. His leader moved down into the mid, planting beacons. I had went overrun. Then he won initiative, ran away with his leader. So then he got swarmed by all the repositioning and dashing warriors. So my warrior went to Zinch, went to 4 APL, reposition dash, open and hatchway fight with Blood for the Blood God. I had 3 hits, so hit him for 4, which went to 5, and then killed him. So unfortunately, I did win 19-8, but it was a fun game. Like, Loomis was great. It's just like his dice really did like absolutely abandon him. I thought I had bad dice, but he definitely took. And he played like apparently nothing but elites all day, all weekend. He played 9 elites, different elites, but 9. So in the end, LVO was 180 players. So I finished 11th. I got second best Legionary. If I had, obviously, like if I'd won this, but if I'd won my one of the games I'd drawn, I would have finished 5th, because this actually affected ITC standings. But I'll go through the top 8, because I actually top 16. You know, why would you cover just the top 10? So for the top 16, let me bring it up now. We had Sammy with his Warp Coven, Jimmy Kelly, or Kimmy Jelly, with his Warp Coven, Orion with his Plague Marines in 3rd place, Chris Backey with Blades of Cain in 4th, Coaly with Void Dancer Troop in 5th, Vivek with his Warp Coven in 6th, Austin with Nemesis Claw in 7th, and Brandon Bean in 8th with Blooded. So that does mean free Warp Coven and 2 different elites in top 8, which is fine, really fine. And then in 9th place we have Mike Cortez with his Inquisitor Agents, Janice with Legionary in 10th, me in 11th with Legionary, Casey in 12th with Hand of the Archon, and 13th we have Phobos David, and then 14th is Max with Phobos. 15 is Arturo Cortez with Wrecker Crew, which is amazing, the best Wrecker Crew. And then Jeshua in 16th, also from KO Team, with Legionary. So that's top 8 isn't that healthy, and then, in top 16 you've got 3 Legionary, but it's fine. We had some other teams. And so this actually, as you may have known, it was the final event for the ITC season. So I have the final ITC results. So for top 10 in the world, it changed. Kind of. One person didn't change. So in 1st place in the world, we have Jimmy Kelly in 1st place for the world, Chris Backey in 2nd place, myself in 3rd, we have Carlos in 4th, Orion in 5th, Shane from Command Point in 6th, Ace in 7th, Jeshua in 8th, Bart in 9th, and Javier in 10th. So I actually went above Carlos, but switched into 3rd. Because, I think if I'd finished in top 8 or 5th, I actually would have come 2nd / maybe even 1st. It was crazy. So it was really, really, really close. But I was actually super happy I came 3rd. It's like... and then I came 1st in the UK and for ITC. And I also got Best in Faction globally for Legionary and Galapox Infected. Shout outs to my friend Shane from Command Point, who got Best... Felgor Ravager and Hyrotech Circle. So my double Best in Faction, bro. And then also, I have to shout out the best Halfkin Salvager player in the world. So, people know him. He's really, really good. He's in and out of the Discord sometimes. A very good player, very consistently good. And that's Bart from the UK. Amazing. He got number 1 Halfkin player. Totally earned it. He's the best Halfkin. And then I got awards. I won a ton of stuff, not just from ITC. So I got a trophy from ITC, which was really great. Kill Team came 1st in the world. I played for Kill Team, so like club team. I played for Kill Team as I do at LVO. So I helped a bit, which was really, really nice. The GW guys were like, "You're not in Kill Team." I was like, "I am. I've been an honorary member since 2023. So, well, no, 2024, 2023. So, yeah, you know, I'm a long-time Kel Team player and enjoyer, but they did really, really well. You know, Jimmy getting double #1, amazing. But, you know, Kel Team is his family. So, you know, it was really, really nice. And, I got a ton of stuff. Let me go through my awards. So, for LVO awards, I got... best painted single miniature, second best painted single miniature. Last year I got first. So I was really chuffed. I didn't really think I would have won it last year, and I didn't think I would have gotten second place this year. So that was really nice. I got Warp Traveller for the 3rd year in a row, which is traveling the furthest. So, you know, 3-0, 3-0. And then I got best in faction for Chaos. So this is, even though I placed 11th, I got best in faction, which is combining your painting score and gaming score. Because in the Games Workshop showcase, I apparently came second overall. They gave me like I think it was out of 85 points, they gave me something like 75. I haven't seen the full points yet. So I was really chuffed because I didn't even have a display board. And I was like, wow. At Worlds, he gave me 30, and now I've somehow gone up by like 40, 45 points. That's amazing. But it was really cool. LVO was so much fun. It's definitely my like favorite independent Kill Team event, just because like, while my favorite convention is always Nova, LVO from the Kill Team side is just so good, and I would always highly recommend you go. Considering we were 130 players last year, we got 180 this year, I'm sure for next year we'll be 230. That's just how maths work. And it's really fun, you know, the narrative was really cool. I'm like losing my voice. The downside is there's a lot of smoke in the Rio, Buzz. It's America, in a casino. And like... Nova's so much fun. I'm not Nova. Nova is fun, but so is LVO. Dakota runs a really tight ship. Squad Games, they were streaming. They were doing an amazing job. You know, like Saya, Giacomo, Sheldon, Marty were all great, and like all the TO team. There's so many cool people. Plasma Spam were amazing. There were so many. Jason from Just Another Kill Team podcast. Brett and Blaine from Six Sided. I forgot that. You know who they are. I forgot. They're Six-Sided something. Paradise Demons? The Dice. They do battle reports. They're really cool dudes. There's so many people. Like, there were so many nice people who came up and said hi. It was really nice, you know? People asking for photos. Even people from, like, other game systems just randomly in the elevator. It was just like, I'm walking through the convention hall and stuff. It was really nice, you know? It was just... great. Games Workshop were really good as well, nice and friendly, you know, got to hang out with them for a bit. So it was just really good. I had a really, really good LVO, and it actually helped, you know. Once again, I really shout out to all my friends, especially like Orion. He helped a lot, you know. I got a bit down after the Saturday, and hanging out with him and the Plasma Spam guys helped a lot. It was so much fun. They know what I want to do with Cake, and they're ready. They're fully supportive, so they understand that. No one else does. But it was really good. I think it was a great way to close off the year. I was actually hoping to win ITC because I wanted to dial it back a bit in terms of competitive stuff instead of playing at events, because playing at events is quite draining. I've done 20 tournaments this year, or more than 20. It's not 30, but it feels like 30. And, you know, while I've got first place in the UK for the year before, and then I got third last year in the UK and 10th overall. So in this is 2025 now. So in 2023, I got fourth in the world, and I got first in the UK. Then last year I got 10th in the world and third in the UK. And this year I got third in the world and first in the UK. So I was kind of hoping for first, so then I could just dial it down a bit, and kind of, because it's like the competitive side is very draining, like just traveling to events, and it has affected my content because there's a lot of videos I'd like to do, but it's difficult, you know. But I'm definitely done with elites. I think I just need a little break, because I was speaking to Jeshua and some of the other elite players, and we're like, look, it's done. This meta is dead. Like, we're sick of this meta. I'm really enjoying other teams I've been playing at the moment, especially with access to Recon. But I think I'll just take a short break competitively, and then I think that'll be okay. So I'll probably still try to win best. I'll try and win best in the world next year for the 2025 season. But LVO was so much fun. It was really cool. Like, you really should go. If you can, especially if you want to win ITC, you really should go. Dakota runs an amazing event, even if you're there just playing at the narrative. And there were a lot of people where LVO was their first competitive kill team event, and they had a great time. Dakota, like, the only criticism I would say was, I think he had some his own rules, which I think were fine. I just would have liked them advanced on Monday. But then the issue is, we had another content creator throwing big accusations at him, which were like just lies, which would have actually caused more drama, considering like part of those accusations were him like accusing like Dakota of basically working with Games Workshop, knowing what the balance changes are, which was wholly incorrect. Like, pretty much everything said was wrong. So that was part of the hesitation. And I would have liked 1 or 2 more missions, like either Intel or one of the other ones, but not Sabotage or Extraction. But me and Dakota had a chat about that. So it's like, no big. It was still really, really fun. And as I said, yeah, if you are thinking about going to LVO, like if you're in the UK, hit me up and I can help. Or you just help Dakota or any of the Americans and they can sort it out. And it's really good if you book on when the tickets go up or Black Friday. But that's pretty much it from me today. Thanks goes to my subscribers and everyone, literally everyone at LVO. I had a really good time. I needed this trip. I really needed this trip. But I will be taking a break from competitive kill team for a bit, at least at tournaments. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be like 3 weeks, but which feels like forever for me. But I'm now annoyingly acclimated to West Coast time, and I'm flying out today. So this is great. You know, it's fine. It's okay. So you know, not even the sleeping tablets helped. I also got cake, right? And the cake almost gave me food poisoning. The cake betrayed me. I'm so heartbroken. But it's okay. Remember, no matter what happens in Vegas, it stays in Vegas as long as you can roll a crit.